we ready, guys? Yeah! Please put your hands together and go absolutely wild and welcome Barb Barrick!
Hello! How are we all? Everyone's good? Stop. I can already tell you're going to be so much nicer to me than my personal trainer. I met him for a session this morning and I noticed he got a new haircut. So I was like, Fernando, you look great. And he said, thanks, so could you. Fernando is all about that tough love. He's one of those personal trainers who can only talk about exercise using violent imagery. Like today, he was trying to get me to do this abdominal move, and he kept asking me to close my eyes, take a deep breath, and simply imagine someone punching you in the stomach repeatedly. I'm a pacifist. I don't do violence. The only time I want to shed blood is when I'm getting tested at the sexual health clinic. Also, if I wanted to experience the sensations of a physical assault, I'd walk around my hometown dressed like this. Okay, like, I have this occasional sex dream featuring Conor McGregor that ends in a bloody mess, but that's just a fantasy. Now, what Fernando lacks in emotional intelligence, he makes up for with muscles and all that, so I just assume he knows what he's talking about. So I go along with his way of thinking. When we moved on to squats, I was like, Fernando, what act of penetration would you like me to imagine now? I've never seen a man leave so quickly. And I've been left by dozens of men, as you can probably tell. I think I'll always find exercise a little bit triggering because it takes me right back to being a fat child. Particularly a fat child at an Irish family function. All my cousins would be outside playing footy ball, I think it's called. I'd be at the table having my fourth dessert. And no one wanted to watch me eat desserts 1 to 4. My parents almost definitely would have preferred a sportier child, and they didn't really try to hide it. When dessert time came, my father would excuse himself to go cry in the bathroom. And my mother would go speak to relatives that I knew for a fact that she hated, but was better than watching her child inhale a tiramisu. Everyone thought I was disgusting, except my grandmother. Without fail, when I finished my dessert, she would manifest at the other end of the table with a big smile on her face. And after I licked my plate clean, my grandmother would lean in, so close that I could see the moustache under her nose. And she'd say, I bet you didn't enjoy that at all now, Barb. At the time, I was like 7, and I just assumed Granny was senile or something. But now that I'm older, I realize what she was trying to do. She was trying to get me to focus on enjoying what I enjoy, and not give a shit what anyone else has to say about it, family included. Good Granny. She's not with us anymore, but she lives on. I am really sorry, but I've forgotten where I was. I just got fucked by 8 guys at the graveyard, so I'm a little bit like all over the place. So there was, my granny was awesome. Sorry everyone. Oh, yeah, okay. So, sorry, I lost it again. I'm so glad no one's filming this, right? I'm so sorry, everyone. Well, I was at the graveyard. For the dick, obviously. No, like, obviously now, okay, we're back here. Is everyone back, like, in the zone? Let's pretend none of that happened. That was a fever dream. So yeah, my granny, she was awesome, and she taught me not to give a fuck about what people thought. Now I am older and wiser, and I've had to adjust my lifestyle a little bit. You know, I need to grow up, so I've swapped excessive dessert eating for having sex in graveyards. I feel so privileged to be part of such a loving and supportive community. We call ourselves graveyard superstars. And we're the nicest people you'll ever meet. They, unfortunately, like the mainstream dating apps don't want you to know about graveyard sex. Whenever I make a profile, it gets deleted as soon as I mention the G word. So we've had to come up with our own little code so people can identify a graveyard superstar on the apps. Like people who are into chemsex can write H&H, high and horny. Or people who are psychopaths, they can write sane and sorted. So the next time you're on a dating profile and you see the letters RIP without any context, you can be sure of two things. That person is a graveyard superstar, and they're ready to rest in pussy at your local graveyard. Now, not everyone is cut out for the graveyard life. As always, guys talk a big game on these apps, you know. They'll come into my DMs and be all like, "Hey Barb, I heard you're the graveyard queen. Can I be the final nail in your coffin?" And obviously that is like music to my ears. But then when we get to the graveyard, and push comes to fuck, that's when the excuses start coming. All of a sudden they tell me, it's too cold, too open, too dirty. They also don't like the graveyard. Is anyone here afraid of being buried alive? Scary, right? Imagine, you wake up in the darkness, pounding on the coffin lid, screaming your lungs out, only to be met with deafening silence. Now imagine that, but instead of silence, you met with the sound of me, 6 feet above you, getting double penetrated. It's the reason why all my friends want to get cremated. They're like, "Barb, we love you, but it's the only way to guarantee that you won't fuck on our graves." To which I say, "You don't know what I can do with an urn." I'm kidding. All your urns are safe. Your granny's urn is safe. There will be no ash on my gash. Thank you very much. I think the only time I've been embarrassed at the graveyard, me and a guy, we were fucking on a grave, having like the best time, until you recognize the name on the tombstone. It was his wife. I'd never seen a man cry that much. Coward. For the record, I would have no problem fucking on my ex-husband's grave. If only they could find his body. As you can tell, I'm pretty happy with my life at the graveyard, but once a Catholic, always a Catholic, and I think I'll always feel a little bit of guilt about what I do. Yeah, you know. That's why I tried to take my granny's spirit with me wherever I go, you know. She's no longer with us, but her attitude was everything I needed. In fact, I don't even need to try to take her with me, because when I'm in that graveyard, and I've got a dick in each hole, and I'm draining those strangers of every drop that they've got, and I'm swigging from a bottle of Tesco Value vodka just to wash the taste out of my mouth, because those men do not eat pineapple. My grandmother will manifest, lean against a nearby tombstone, and she'll lean in, so close that she can see the cum on my face. And she'll say, I bet you didn't enjoy that at all now, Barb. And as the #1 graveyard superstar, there's only one way for me to respond. Next.